Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Brittany Dawn. Now, there has been some recent news regarding Brittany Dawn, and if you don't know who that is, I'm going to give you a little bit of a summary. So back in 2019, Brittany Dawn was in a scandal. That's how a lot of people found out about her. Now, she in 2019 was a fitness influencer. She offered fitness regimens, including the exercises you should do, the foods you should eat, how many calories you should eat, along with like coaching and encouragement. So that was basically her gig. The issue was that in selling these fitness packages, she basically was promising customers that she would not only be selling them this customized package, so it's customized based on you and your needs. And that's the key thing you need to remember, custom. On top of it being custom, she was also saying that she would basically be there to encourage you and be there basically for one-on-one coaching in the sense of telling you how to change things if things aren't working, or to be there if you're not motivated, basically there as a personal trainer, but virtually. These packages were quite expensive, or these plans, whatever you want to call them. They were quite expensive. I believe they started in the $80 area and then went up to $300 per month. So it was an expense, let's put it that way. Now, the issue occurred when she wasn't actually customizing these plans. So a Facebook group was made and people who had purchased these regimens from her were basically interacting and talking about what she'd said to them, so on and so forth. So it turns out that she basically copied and pasted certain elements. So certain people who had different needs had the exact same workout, or the encouragement she'd give would be like, you got this, girl, or like, you're killing it, but not actually really helpful. It was just very basic, like someone who doesn't know you online would say to you. So people were starting to get suspicious because they were like, obviously I paid for something specific to me. If someone else who has different needs is getting the same thing, what exactly am I paying for here? It's not custom at all. So then people began to message her basically asking, like what's going on, or like complaining and even commenting. And as soon as anyone would comment complaints, there were people getting blocked. So instead of responding to her own customers, they were just getting blocked directly. Now, to be clear, as much as she got backlash online, in real life, it didn't seem like anything really changed for her. One video that you should watch if you want like a comprehensive history of like everything, I think it's an hour and a half. It's by Fundy Fridays. I'll link it down below, but basically that covers everything from relationships to the scandals to how she treats her pets, which is... She did issue an apology video. It was really awkward and contrived, in my opinion. It didn't come off as genuine at all, and she was like reading off her phone, which I can understand. You want to make notes, so you hit everything you want to hit on your apology and mention everything you want to mention, sure, but just reading off your phone comes off not great.
I am so sorry from the bottom of my heart, but know that I am human, and along with that, I have an incredibly big heart for people and a passion for what I do. When I was offered the opportunity to help women all around the world, I jumped into this head first to something that at that time hadn't been quite tapped into yet. The only reason that I bring this up is to make a point that in fact does show that I, as a business owner, am doing things to the best of my ability to resolve any issues that may arise. Again, I am sincerely sorry for any harm that I've caused anyone, and I hope that I can do what it takes to make things right.
She turned into a Christian influencer. So fitness, I think, is still kind of there in the background, but now she is all about God and Christianity and worship. And I mean, like, even during the scandal, she basically said that that's how she found Jesus and that she needed to be in the scandal to find Jesus. Just, stuff people say to kind of justify their own actions or to feel better about their fuck-ups, which, granted, if you find religion and that helps you, totally there for it. However, I also think that this whole religious thing was, or at least didn't start in a very genuine way. I can't judge how real someone's belief is, but the timing just is interesting. She's also using religion quite transparently, in my opinion, because she now has religious retreats that people pay for, and we're going to get into that because, in my opinion, this is just another fitness regimen shit, but like, a la Jesus, basically. Fitness turned Christianity influencer Brittany Dawn has been sued by the state of Texas over her fitness programs. Another thing I forgot to mention in terms of the fitness regimens is that multiple people who got those regimens struggled with eating disorders, hence why they wanted a healthy regimen from someone they thought knew what they were doing. Brittany Dawn there dropped the ball again because in certain instances, people would say, oh, I want to make my calorie intake higher because I'm not eating enough, and Brittany Dawn would put it lower than what they were already eating. So it was also causing issues with people who had eating disorders, and she was basically making them worse and fueling certain people's past eating disorders via these regimens. In one instance, Dawn shared a YouTube video in which she spoke about how she overcame an eating disorder, the lawsuit said. In social media posts sharing that video, Dawn linked to her fitness and nutrition plans, which customers took to mean she could tailor her services to those illnesses, the suit alleged. The suit said Dawn denied having offered services to people with eating disorders, but that 14 people complained to her and mentioned the illness in their complaints. I currently have an eating disorder, horrible body image views, one customer cited as telling Dawn. They added, I'm underweight for my height. The influencer went on to advise cardio exercise and a low-calorie eating plan, which could only cause further weight loss, the suit alleged. That's also one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this, because I, as someone recovering from an eating disorder, it really pisses me off when people pretend to have knowledge in that area, because eating disorders are obviously terrible and can hurt you in so many ways, but people can literally die from eating disorders. So it's not the type of thing that you just put out there and let people assume that you know exactly what you're doing or that you're qualified to give them advice and then just make their calorie intake even lower when they're already not eating enough. Like that. It pisses me off to no end, and I just think it's so irresponsible. And the fact that she's only facing consequences now is jarring to me, because this is negligence at the highest level. I found another article that also talks about the lawsuit, and it says Brittany Dawn Davis received money from thousands of clients and violated the Deceptive Trade Practices Act. That's basically what they're going for, and I think deception is actually the perfect word for what she was doing, because letting people assume that you know things about nutrition, fitness, especially in relation to eating disorders, is insane to me. Let's also talk about the pivot into Christianity. So like I said, it doesn't come off as particularly genuine to pivot into Christianity right when you're getting canceled by a bunch of people. And I mean, here it's justifiable to get canceled because you're scamming, so it's not a small thing to take people's money and put their health at risk. But basically, since this pivot, she actually started another Instagram page that is dedicated to Christian things, I suppose. It's called She Lives Freed, and it has 135,000 followers on Instagram. Most of it is her posting quotes from her Twitter. So she screenshots her Twitter quote and then puts it with like a beige background and then just throws it on Instagram, and that's the Jesus page. She created this page in this new kind of Jesus persona, and she also has events where people can go to worship. It's like a Jesus retreat. And I went to the website to see exactly what it means, and it says what to expect: breakfast and coffee, introductions, morning worship, first speaker, breakout sessions, lunch plus booths, second speaker, dating plus marriage panel, dinner, worship, closing regards, goodbyes. The cost is $125, and this price only covers your entry plus dinner. So lunch, nothing. Vendor booths you have to pay for, obviously. Coffee cart you have to pay for. You have to pay for your travel and your stay. You're not really getting anything apart from entry and dinner, which I think $125 for basically a dinner is okay. Interestingly, it says, She Lives Freed is a space where all are welcome, every past has redemption, and each story has a God-given purpose. Continuing with this note of religion, there's also a different side of this that is quite disturbing to me. The thing about the way that she's being religious that is, I think, concerning in my opinion, is that she said a lot of things that are QAnon-ish, let's just say it that way, and has been kind of conspiratorial. So basically, there have been moments on her stories or on her social media generally where she's posted saying things like music is demonic. She was one of those people that believed that Astroworld was a demonic tour, and that today's music is demonic, and that people in Hollywood like eat babies, like very much up that alley, which is scary to me.
The Lord started revealing to me just how satanic the music industry actually is. Hosea 4:6 says, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again. The music industry is a dark place, and these rappers who are put on a pedestal by society are literally glorifying Satan with the way that they perform, the songs that they sing, and the lives that they live. And let's not forget the one time that Travis Scott stopped an entire show because someone stole his shoe while he was crowd surfing. And yet, the show must go on while people are dying within feet of him. If that doesn't show you how demonic this music truly is, then I'm at a loss for what will. And it's not just Travis Scott, it's a lot of them. Lyrics that sing about sex and drugs and money and women and everything else that goes against God's word. It's so obvious, and yet so many people are still willingly choosing to turn away from Jesus. Isaiah 5:20 warns us, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil." And listening to the stories and the encounters that people had at this Travis Scott concert are literally gut-wrenching as a Christian. This is not something to be taken lightly. Hell is a real place. It's not something that you dress up for as Halloween or just dabble with on occasion. Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So many people in our society believe in zodiac signs and follow them and follow astrology, believing that these energies have such an impact on your life. So then why are more people not waking up to see the demonic activity and satanic symbolism in front of them in the music industry? Make it make sense for me. One of my favorite scriptures, Ephesians 5:11 says, "Take no part in unfruitful works, but instead expose them." It becomes more obvious every day to more people that there are unfruitful things happening in this world, that there are dark, demonic agenda things happening in this world, in the music industry. And in the midst of the chaos, you guys, you have to lock your eyes on Jesus. Look to Jesus. He is our only hope in this lost and broken world. If you don't already know, Lady Gaga is tied into witchcraft. I'm going to try to put some information here on the screen as I talk, sharing this and stating this and just showing you guys the facts. If you dig even just an inch deep, you will find this. It's out there. Like, it's not trying to be hidden. It's not trying to be, like debunked or anything. Like, she is proud of this. She has made this known. The performance that she put on yesterday was more than disturbing. It reminded me of Hunger Games from the get-go. And then on top of that, on top of her whole outfit, her whole getup, she was also wearing the Dove of Peace symbol, also in Hunger Games. Little disturbing. Biden said that he is going to reverse any and all laws that were made or put into place against abortion when he gets in the White House. That he wants to do away with gender terms like niece, nephew, brother, sister, mother, father. I'm sorry. What? We live in this culture that is so sensitive and so easily offended by anything and everything, including a prayer now, that our government, who doesn't want to offend anyone, is now mixing and molding God's word for what they want it to be instead of submitting to his authority of who he is and who he has always been.
I think it's alarming, especially anything in line with QAnon is really, you're going far into the deep end, in my opinion, but you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons, as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.